Hello, everybody. Today, happy Sunday today. Wow, a lot of people on today already. Couple of likes. I dig that. Hopefully everything's okay. Let me know if you can hear me first. Can you hear me okay? Sound is great. Okay. Can you see the camera? Is the camera all fuzzy and crappy, or is it okay? Last week was bad that way. We'll have to do last week over again. We'll do a do-over again. Camera okay. All right. Well, let's hope it stays. I got the same telly. I'm still addicted to it. I was gone all week, and I just got back yesterday, and it's the first day that I'm back from being on the road, and first day that I could fish this year. And so I fished all night. My hands are all screwed up, but I had a good day on the water, fishing top water got a lot of bass and pickerel last night. They all went back. For all you people who are wondering if they're out of season. All right. So, all right. Yeah, hands are kind of not working so well today. So we were going to do inversions today. And, people ask about, cage system and all this stuff. Inversions is just another way of, I think, of kind of understanding some of this stuff. So we'll do it kind of formally. Hopefully you can hear the guitar. The colors were changing like a frightened octopus. Yeah, that's why I put the note up there. Frightened octopus. Okay. Well, I want to say hi to everybody. GMAC, good. Hi to see you. Garrett, good to see you as always. David Smith, TBA, Cap, Heyo, Frank, Osman 5151, Ron Shack. Thank you, Ron. David Smith, McDon, BR. Good to see you on today. And I think I saw Matt was on too. Matt Delahunt. I think good to see you back on, Matt. Always good to have you. All right. Okay. So we're going to do chord inversions today, and just give you an idea about what they're good for, and all that. So let me see if I can get my my notes here. I have a few notes here. Let's see. So as you probably know, everybody else does this in C, so we're going to do it in D. We're going to do it in the key of D because it'll be a little bit different, and then that'll make you thinking about getting it up the neck in a closed position and all that. L for me, good to see you this morning. So we're going to do it in D, then we'll give you an example. We'll give you a few examples of playing chords, and we'll give you a few examples of soloing using these concepts as well. All right, and then we'll do our quiz, and we'll be on our way. I have a date with my daughter this afternoon to go for a hike, so we're going to enjoy that. All right, so we're going to do it in D, and we'll start out by doing the 5th string. So everybody knows that this is on the 5th string, 5th fret, that's a D, okay? Now, if you don't know that, I should say before I start with any of this stuff, it makes no sense to think about caged or theory or anything like that if you don't know the notes of the guitar. So if you don't know the notes of the guitar, do that. If you don't know how, that's okay. There's probably some videos up on there. I'm going to do a video on that very soon to give you some pointers on how to get some of this stuff quickly. But anyway, if you don't know that, you got to do that. All right, but we're gonna start with assumption that you do that already. So we're going on the 5th string, 5th fret. That's a D right there. Now, chord construction, when we're constructing chords, if we think, we'll do majors and minors. So major triads are made up of the 1 and the 3 and the 5 of the major scale, right? So here's the major scale from D. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Right? So this is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 7. 8 is a repeat of the 1. So we're interested in the 1, the 3, and the 5. Yeah, Stevie Ray. I like this affinity a lot too. I got to tell you, this neck, unbelievable feeling neck. Just love it right now. All right. So anyway, the tuning, definitely need to change the nut and the tuning pegs if I want to make this a real playable guitar. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right. So let's get back to it. So we got the 1, the 3, the 5, right? So now this isn't a chord that everybody plays, but it's an inversion of the chord, or it's the 1, 3, and the 5. Now, I hate the nomenclature. It's the chord, the first inversion, and the second inversion. To me, it should be just the first inversion, second, and third. That would make more sense to me. But anyway, it's not that way. It's the normal stacking up of the chords. So the 1, the 3, the 5. So an inversion is just a rearranging of those numbers, if you will. In D, we have the D, the F sharp, and the A. That's the 1, the 3, the 5. So to do the first inversion, I'm going to put the F sharp on the bass. So I'm going to play F sharp, A, and D. To do that, I'm going to move up using these 3 adjacent strings, 5, 3, and 4, and I find the next F sharp here. Now I need an A, which is here, and D, which is here. So that's the next inversion. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Now we need another inversion, and there's only 3 because these are triads, so there's only 3 on each pair or each triplet of strings, if you will. So we need to put, now this time we're going to put the A in the bass, and then we'll play the D and the F sharp. So I'll look for an A. Here it is right here. There's the A in the bass. There you go. So as you're doing this, you'll probably note that you have some things that are kind of like little pieces of shapes that you already know. Like you probably know this D, right? El Rondo, hey, could do till someday. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I hope you I quit soon. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. All right. Well, anyway, El Rondo, wish you the best. Hope you come back someday, and hope we see you again sometime. Embry, good to see you. Nemo Unknown, good to see you. All right. All right. So we've got that. So we've got the, this is a piece of, this triad is a piece of this bigger D, you see? And so it is with all of these. Now, I know you probably don't think this, but this is a piece of, if you know caged, this is a piece of the C shape of the D chord. And this one right here, we'd never finger it this way, but this is kind of like a G chord that we capoed up and moved it all the way up here. Now, nobody would ever play it this way because it's really hard to finger, but this, you recognize that, right? Okay, so kind of going on a little bit on this one. See ya, El Rondo. Wish you the best, all right? Wish you the best. Hope to see you again someday, but understand. Okay, let's see. So if you know my channel at all, you know that I emphasize there's 2 string pairs, 2 string combinations that I love to use, and I think you should use them as well. We've been learning chords. Most guitar players, they learn chords with the roots on the 5th string or on the 6th string. Like they know this one real well, right? You know, that kind of thing. They know that, but and they know this one, but they might not know this one, right? That's a tough. That's one that they might not know, and so the cage system eludes them because they're not thinking about that. Anyway, one way to dispel that is to think of these inversions on the 2nd, on the 3rd, on the 4, 3, and 2 strings. So we're going to do that. So let's start out with that one. Now, the first one that we can do in D would be this. And remember, D is D, F sharp, and A. So there's the open D. The 4, 3, and 2 strings are this, right? So there's the open D. Now, unfortunately, the F sharp is right there on the same string, so we can't play them both at once. And on the next string, the lowest note is G, so we can't go to F sharp. So we have to play the F sharp in the bass. So we're going to play F sharp, A, and D. So that's one of our inversions. John Lennon's favorite, is that right? Okay, so there's one of our inversions. Now let's look to the next one to put the A on the bass, then a D, and then the F sharp. Okay, well that one's not so bad. I'm sorry, A in the bass, D, and F sharp, right? And we can play this with the first finger or the third or with any finger, right? But notice that if you play with one, it's going to lend to certain patterns with our other fingers, right? And if we play with this one, it's going to lend itself to other patterns. It's just different. Okay, so let's see. So, and then we've got one more. We've got the D in the bass, and here it is right here. Step up a little bit, right? So all that stuff is really helpful to know, and I don't care whether you think about inversions or what, but essentially anything, right? If you can think about the big cage shapes, that's fine, L. Fermi, but a lot of people cannot think of those. And so that's why thinking about these on the different strings is going to be helpful. And it's going to be much more helpful for thinking about solos as well. So if you're only stuck using those couple of shapes, that's good. So anyway, so that works. And you could do the same thing on the first three strings. But that's it. So you just need to know those three patterns for the majors. You need to know this one right here. You need to know this one right here. And you need to know this one right here. And then if you get that, you can solo anywhere you want on the neck, thinking about those patterns. Same thing for the D on the first three strings. You can think of this pattern or this one. All right. So it's definitely very helpful if you're playing chords or what have you to do that. All right, so let's see if we can give some examples here. So a couple of examples of this would clearly be like, you know, the Stones sort of stuff using inversions, right? Yep. Yeah, David, the F sharp, you can play the F sharp on the sixth string as well. You'll have all sorts of inversions, right? Like this is an inversion. You know, all those different inversions. It's helpful to think about these things. So, you know, so that's one. Or let's see what else we got. What else do we got? We could do, you know, a similar sort of inversion that you hear all the time is this one, right? But something that we don't always think about, and is maybe apropos, is like stuff like keeping a drone in the bass and then moving on these things. So something like this. You know, kind of cool, right? But all we're really doing is playing around with and moving around with different inversions on that. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to do an example of soloing on this one using inversions. I'm going to try and do my best with my crappy fingers today. But this one is basically a groove that is in, let me see if I can get this sounding right. A groove that goes between B, it goes B flat to F to C. And, you know, some of the advantages of doing this are that if you can think about these, like, for example, you can see the F sharp, the F here, you can see the B here, see a C here, you can see another B flat here, another F here, another C here. And you can keep doing that, right? And if you think about that stuff, you can play all over the neck. So I'm going to try and do that the best I can doing this. So let's see how we can do it. I'm going to stand up so you can see my Okay, well, that's that's enough. I hope you can see some of those things. But what was going on there is, I'm playing to a lot of those root notes by playing stuff like this. That plays to the B, and then just bringing down. That's the F, and then to the C. There you go. So, if you can think and you can visualize the chord tones, then just about any notes in between are going to be okay. And you can see that every once in a while you can throw in like a bluesy lick, like, that kind of thing. That's just a bluesy lick over C. And it's going to sound bad if you always do that, but if you do it once in a while, it's good. Let me show just one more time, just kind of just doing the chords itself, or the chord tones itself, or themselves. So let's see if we can do that. So just finding those triads and those triad inversions all over the neck whenever you're playing it is just really helpful. And whatever the chord, this was a fairly easy song, so you didn't really have to do that one. But yeah, it's pretty easy and pretty cool stuff. All right, well, I'm going to put the guitar away in just a second here. I'm really digging this guitar, though, I have to say. I really dig this guitar. All right. Hopefully you could hear that okay. Did I throw in some pentatonic six? Yeah, I definitely did. And you can't always look, if you always are playing by the chords and you're always playing chord notes or chord tones, it's going to sound a little bit, stilted. So you have to throw in some other things. And it's kind of just, playing around with it and using the ideas. But if you use the chord, tones, just put this up for a second. If you use the chord tones as your guide, then it often works pretty well. So, for example, over that B works pretty well. The F then. And then the C. all those are really chord tones in there. It's also helpful to know the common tones between chords as well. Larry Carlton talks a lot about that, and so sometimes you can then just stay on those same things and throw in double stops. That kind of stuff too. And throwing that kind of stuff, and it's nice. Sounds good. All right. Well, anyway, enough about inversions. That was supposed to be a 10-minute lesson, and here we are at 20 minutes. All right. So anyway, trying to keep it short. Let's get on to the quiz today, and then we can see that. I want to catch up on the conversation here. Fitting them around the tones. Yeah, David Smith, you're right. So it's really all about kind of fitting them around the tones. And, how I read an interesting, didn't read it. I saw a video by a guy named Fareed Haque, who's a jazz player. And, he was saying that it doesn't really matter. You let your own ears figure out what's going on for the chords, but he plays all by chords. And then whatever chord he's playing, he has his own patterns over whatever chord and positions there are. And, I don't know. I'm sure he knows theory, but he claims he doesn't use theory. He uses his, just knows where the chords are and just plays around them. Yeah. Yeah. Guthrie. I haven't had a chance to look at Guthrie's videos. They seem really good from what I've seen. Guthrie Trap. So I gotta see some of that stuff. All right. Anyway. All good stuff. Let's see. So today's quiz, since the weather is finally turning good, today's quiz is brought to us from TBA. TBA did most of the clues. I did he gave me about 20 of the questions. I did about 10. So to fill them up so that we have enough here. But let's see. So we've got because the weather is finally turning around, today's quiz is about the weather. Okay, Beatles stuff coming up. Okay, probably. Okay, so let's go. Here's our first question. This is for all the marbles. This 1971 country rock classic talks about precipitation falling from a cloudless sky. Uh-oh. What's all these message retracteds? I haven't seen those before. Somebody's got to show me how to do those. SRV. No, that's close. This is a 1971 country rock classic. Talks about precipitation falling from a cloudless sky. It's probably this band's most famous hit. It's a toss-up. They had a lot of hits. 1971. Very close. Geert is very close. He's got the band right. Geert has the band right. Have you ever seen the rain? Right. Falling down from a cloudy day. All right. So GMAC gets the have you ever seen the rain? Geert. I got to tell you, TBA has good taste, but he has hard clues. So we'll see how long we have to go without making these totally easy. All right. This was a Eurythmics hit. Falling on my head like a memory. Falling on my head like a new emotion. Too easy. Here Comes the Rain Again. GMAC gets it. GMAC got it. Here Comes the Rain Again. Falling on my head like a memory. All right. A 1960s psychedelic rock song in E Dorian that references a squirming amphibian. All right, I'm going to let this sit for a while. A 1960s, Riders on the Storm, McDonald BR got it. Riders on the Storm by the Doors. 1960s psychedelic rock in E Dorian. It references a squirming amphibian. Octopus's Garden. Not quite. That's a Amphibians are vertebrates. It's an invertebrate. A mollusk, maybe. I don't know. All right. Another psychedelic rock song featuring a now famous blues guitarist describes himself as, "I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going. I've been waiting so long to be where I'm going." GMAC with "Sunshine of Your Love." Amazing. McDon BR got the toughest one so far. That one's maybe a little bit not as hard. PDM 49. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Ron Shack gets Eric Clapton close. Robbie Love, "Sunshine of Your Love." McDon BR, David Smith. Matt Delahunt gets Cream. Okay. A Who song with lots of rain imagery. The beginning words being, "Only love can make it rain the way the beach is kissed by the sea." Nemo Unknown getting "Love, Rain, or Me." Very good. One of my favorite Who songs. Fenderman joining us, coming in and getting "Love, Rain, or Me." Good. Okay. This 1964 B-side song with a prominent organ in the track about a cloudless West Coast weather hit number 5 on the Billboard chart. "1964 B-side song with a prominent organ in the track about a cloudless West Coast weather hit number 5 on the Billboard chart." California Dreaming, getting close. Rivieras is right. Phil M. California Sun is the song. Don't think anybody quite got that one. Phil gets credit for the Rivieras. Okay. This is a famous Brooke Benton song with Cornell Dupree on guitar. Remember, these are songs about weather. Fenderman 73, "Rainy Night in Georgia." You got it. McDon BR getting it. Okay, a couple people getting it. Okay. This was recorded with the group The Revolution. The singer of this 1964 hit laments, "I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain." First words of that song: "I never meant to cause you any sorrow, never meant to cause you any pain. I only want to see you, baby, in the purple rain." That's right. Cap got it. Purple Rain. Nice. GMAC coming in. Prince. See, the easy ones, TBA's sneaky. He mixes in the easy ones with those almost impossible ones. So it makes you think those are hard. Okay. Here's the next one. This, quote, "same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea," started out as an exercise for learning finger picking. Clapton covered this week. Maybe. "Dust in the Wind," GMAC. You got it. That's right. "Just another drop of water in an endless sea." Okay. These songs by Sabbath and Styx are not really about snow, but they're about cocaine. These songs with the same title by Styx and Sabbath are not really about snow, but they're about cocaine. GMAC, "Snowblind." El Fermi, "Snowblind." David Smith, "Snowblind." Phil M, "Snowblind." Fenderman. Good. Got it. Okay. "Come in," she said, "I'll give you," said Dylan. Give you what? Bob Dylan said, "Come in," she said, "I'll give you this." Shelter from the storm. Garrett getting it. Come in, she said, "I'll give you shelter from the storm." Yeah, I think that was on Blood on the Tracks, right? Okay, McDon VR getting that. Okay. An almost 9-minute long power ballad that advises, so never mind the darkness, we can still find a way because nothing lasts forever. Nine-minute long power ballad that advises, so never mind the darkness, we can still find a way because nothing lasts forever. November Rain. Cap gets it. GMAC gets it. November Rain. Fenderman 73. Nice. Guys are good. I wouldn't have gotten that one. Awesome guitar solo on that one from Slash. Definitely a great guitar solo on that one. All right. A 1960s protest song that provides the answer, my friend. 1960s protest song that provides the answer, my friend. Blowing in the Wind, GMAC, Garrett, L for Me, Nemo Unknown, PDM 49, McDon BR, Fenderman 73, David Smith. A lot of people getting that one. Good. This is a good quiz. I like this quiz. Ricky Kerr. Hey, Ricky, good to see you. Robbie. All right, let's see. Featuring a Moog synthesizer, this song about the spring weather was a standout on a famous 1969 album. Oh my goodness, this is a tough clue for a song that you all know. Hey, Decaying Whistle. Oh, Geert gets it. Of course, Geert gets it. All right, Geert already got this one, so he wins on this one. But yeah, no, I got it. But this is one of George Harrison's most famous song. It's a beautiful guitar intro. He capos it way up on the neck. Anybody else? 1969, it's the Beatles. Here Comes the Sun. You got it, All for Me. Here Comes the Sun. Little Darling. 7th fret capo. Yeah, amazing. Really cool. It's fun trying to play that without the capo. A lot of fun. And getting it smooth. That's a good exercise. All right. Let's see. Performed at the Monterey Pop Festival, this classic rock song was inspired by a fight with the singer's girlfriend. Performed at the Monterey Pop Festival, this classic rock song was inspired by a fight with the singer's girlfriend. Purple Haze is very, very close. Same album. That's right. Garrett got it. Wind Cries Mary. The Wind Cries Mary. Okay, let's see. A bunch of people getting it now. Must not have butchered it too badly. All right, let's see. SRV's second album. It contains Cold Shot and this song, which is the same name as the album. SRV's second album contains Cold Shot and this song, same name as the album. GMAC instantly couldn't stand the weather. Nemo Unknown. Fenderman 73. Few people getting that quickly. All right. Let's see. This enigmatic 1966 song from Blonde on Blonde was banned by some radio stations for being a drug song due to one lyric. David Smith, McDonald BR, couldn't stand the weather. Let's read this one more time. This enigmatic 1966 song from Blonde on Blonde was banned by some radio stations for being a drug song due during due to one lyric. Rainy Day Women is correct. I know, Cap. I hear you. I just barely made it. And my parents were not hippies. So anyway, let's see. In fact, quite the opposite. Let's see. Even though the label head, I don't know the song, even though the label head thought it was, quote, a piece of crap, this song about a man who admits I can't stop myself hit gold in 1966. Anyone? Aqualung was like a 70s song. All right, the answer was Lightning Strikes. Lightning Strikes. Oh, I forgot to say Geert got the last one, Rainy Day Women. All right, that was a Dylan song, then Blonde on Blonde. Yeah, I know. Blonde on Blonde. Good album. All right, let's see if we can get some other ones here. The singer of this song calls his girlfriend the apple of my eye. The singer of this song calls himself calls his girlfriend the apple of my eye. Which is ironic because the singer is blind. That's right. Sunshine of My Life. You are the sunshine of my life. Fenderman 73. Stevie Wonder. All right. A Clapton Rain song, originally released on his debut album and released as a single in 1972, has extended solos and the classic Clapton sound. Geert, getting it. Let It Rain. Nemo Unknown, Let It Rain. Fenderman 73, Let It Rain. Ricky Kerr, Let It Rain. Excellent. It doesn't do this, but when it does do this, man, it pours. It doesn't do this, but when it does do this, man, it pours. Rain in Southern California, right. It never rains in Southern California, but when it rains, it pours. Okay. All right. Inspired by the songwriter's high school experience as a cross-country runner, this song about Janie featured Glenn Frey and Don Henley on background vocals. Janie's Got a Gun. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's Bob Seger. McDon BR, you got that one. Songwriter's high school experience as cross-country runner featuring Glenn Frey, and Don Henley. Sorry. Featuring two dudes from the Eagles. This was I don't know. Yeah, Against the Wind is the answer. Fenderman 73. I think it's just enough time to start looking up stuff. Against the Wind. Okay. Okay, this was a #1 hit by Burt Bacharach and Hal David, turned down by Bob Dylan, about a guy who complains nothing seems to fit, like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Yep. Okay. What famous movie was that song used in? What famous movie was that song used in? Austin Powers, Midnight Cowboy? No. Oh, Midnight Cowboy has a great song in it, but that was like yeah, that's right. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance. It's a great scene where they're riding around on the bicycle. It's really fun. It's great. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, see it again. Our kids loved seeing that movie. And The Sting, too. They love The Sting. Okay, let's see. A love song by a classic rock group that contains the lyrics, "She comes in colors everywhere, she combs her hair." Al Casey on ukulele. I did not know that. Garrett with "She's a Rainbow." Getting that one. Rolling Stones. Yeah, we're dropping people. We're dropping lots of people. Oh, well. Yeah. All right. A soft rock ballad co-written by Eddie Rabbitt about a man thumbing for a ride on a lonely back road in a southern state. No, it's not Love a Rainy Night. Elvis did this one. It's an Elvis song, but it was written by Eddie Rabbitt about a man thumbing for a ride on a lonely back road in southern state. David, hey, good to see you. Kentucky Rain. You got it, G-Mac. You got it. All right. Let's see. Okay, good one. Carole King played piano on this classic song about a man recovering from depression, drug addiction, and personal loss. She did not write this song, but she played piano on this classic song about a man recovering from depression, drug addiction, and personal loss. Yeah, good to see you too, David. Fire and Rain, Geert gets it. Geert gets it. Okay. Inspired by the Lovin' Spoonful song Daydream, this upbeat tune appeared on an album that featured a handgun in its title, although in reality it refers to a disc going round and round. Inspired by the Lovin' Spoonful song Daydream, this upbeat tune appeared on an album that features a handgun in its title. Just another name for a handgun. It's not a specific handgun. Revolver, Good Day Sunshine. You got it. Garrett getting it. Okay. All right. I can do this now that the rain is gone. What can I do? I can do this now that the rain is gone. See clearly is right. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. GMAX 72 getting it. All right. Okay, let's see. A 1980s song about a condemned man on the run. 1980s song by about a condemned man on the run. The singer is a big man with a little voice. Not Renegade, no. It's a weather song. Song is by a singer is a big man with a little voice. It had a pop hit. Had a couple of pop hits. Ride Like the Wind is right. Ride Like the Wind. Christopher Cross. Christopher Cross. Ride Like the Wind. Okay. And the last one is really about a rock song. This is really going back. This is from 1952. This upbeat title tune to a song and dance movie about Hollywood studios in the 20s. And what happened when the talkies came to Hollywood. This is not a rock song, folks. Singing in the Rain. That's right. Gene Kelly dancing around in that water-drenched studio. Okay, weather. That's it. Who won today? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it is a great one. I love the ballet at the end with Sid Charisse. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, I think Garrett won today. I will have a great hike today. Yeah, I'm going to go and enjoy it. Donald O'Connor with the Make 'em Laugh, or Make 'em Laugh, is it called? Where he's doing all the dancing on like Make 'em Laugh, do. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Debbie Reynolds and Gene Kelly with Sid Charisse coming in and doing the dancing at the end. All right. Hey, anyway, that's not really rock and roll. I'm kind of, there you go. Is that right? She got bruises from dancing with Gene Kelly, but not Fred Astaire. All right. It's good to see everybody. We're going to take off. Thank you to TBA for the quiz today. I think Garrett won. Garrett, I think you already have a suggestion. If you want to make another one, that's good. We'll see you next week. We got to think of topics for next week. This topic, inversions, was kind of interesting, but not that interesting. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do some other classic riffs, and maybe we'll do some real theory instead of just some simple stuff. But we'll see. Maybe next week is good classic riffs. Okay, everybody. We'll see you. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday, as always. And we'll see you on the down the road. Doris Day. Yes, that's right. Doris Day did pass away. It's kind of sad, but she was what, like 98 or something. So she lived a full life. There you go. All right. All right, everybody. See you around. Bye, Ron, GMAC, Fenderman, Garrett, Ricky. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Elf, David Smith, TBA, of course. Thanks again for the quiz. Matt, was great to see you again. Nemo Unknown. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you do, you do. That'd be great to see if you do. Stevie Ray, awesome to have you on. Only gave one Stevie Ray quiz, clue quiz this time. But there you go. David, as always, good to see you. David Perry and GMAC, good to see you. GMAC, it seemed like you were going to dominate, but clues were just too tough today. All right. We'll see everybody on down the road. And I feel bad about El Rondo. Looks like he's not going to be joining us again as well, but hopefully someday. All right. We'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.